Hello, I am the European Film Critic, and I'm going to go over the list of the top 12 robots in science fiction movie or television history. Number 12. Drone 1, Dewey, from Silent Running. That drone was very heartbreaking in this film. Number 11 is Bob from The Black Hole, a Disney film about a black hole. And Bob was a robot, but it was like a cowboy robot. He had a cowboy accent. He was from the South, from America. And he was like a cowboy robot. Very inspirational to those that love cowboys and robots. You put that together in The Black Hole from Disney's film. Number 10, a robot from Interstellar called TARS. That robot walked differently. It was interesting. It looked like a box, and then all of a sudden it had legs, and it moved around. Interesting. It was an interesting robot visually. I had not seen a robot like this before. The first time I seen a robot like this, it was in Interstellar. Quite fascinating as a film critic from Europe. Number 9 is Twiki from Buck Rogers in the 24th century. It is a television program that was on in the 70s. We got to see it in Europe as well. Twiki would go around and waka 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 like that. Twiki was quite inspirational as well. Number 8, CP3O from Star Wars, A New Hope. CP3O is very interesting, very helpful in many ways. Number 7, R2-D2 from Star Wars, A New Hope. R2-D2, he beeps around, does not talk. Like CP3O can talk, you can understand him, but R2-D2 beep 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 beep. It is very, very interesting as an actor for a robot to just beep and you get the emotion. It's quite difficult to do, but R2-D2 pulls it off. If you have not seen Star Wars, go see Star Wars to see R2-D2. He is the one that beeps. Number 6, the Terminator from the Terminator film. I think the Terminator is very fascinating on many levels. I like the way that he talks. The Terminator. He goes around and he terminates. And he does not stop. He never gives up. He is the Terminator. Quite influential for robot movies and the dystopian world and science fiction. Number 5, Data from Star Trek The Next Generation. Technically, he is more of an android than robot. However, I think in a lot of ways people think of him as a robot as well. Data really in a lot of ways saves the Star Trek The Next Generation because he is the person who is a person that is from a strange land. He does not know the ways of the humans. And he has to learn how to tell jokes and how to dance and how to fall in love as a robot. It is quite fascinating. Even though he knows more about everything else compared to the humans, he can command the ship, he can build the ship, he can engineer the ship, he can do everything in the ship, he can transport. He can do everything. He doesn't even need a crew. But he is so gracious, and he even has a cat named Spock. Number 4, the Cylons from Battlestar Galactica. Both the original one as well as the re-envisioned one as well. The Cylons, particularly the ones, the Centurions, the ones that they use a pejorative called the toasters, because they look like a toaster. They are quite influential. It's quite scary in many ways. And you see the Cylons come in, it's like, ooh, watch out. It is a Cylon. It's scary. Number 3 is B9 from Lost in Space. That robot is quite fascinating. He was looked very visually, was very amazing to look at. It was quite fascinating in so many levels. And a lot of folks do not understand the full name. B9 Class M3 General Utility Non-Theorizing Environmental Control Robot. But B9 is faster to say. So that's what they used in Lost in Space. Number 2, Robbie the Robot from Forbidden Planet. Robbie the Robot is quite fascinating in so many levels. It really influenced the genre of robots, at least the modern genre. Robbie the Robot, the first time you see the iconic view of Robbie the Robot, it's like, wow, it's pretty amazing. This is a robot, and it's Robbie the Robot. It's quite fascinating. We have to get the drum roll ready. Number 1, the robot from the film The Rise of the Robots. It is a fascinating robot. The robot in The Rise of the Robots. All the other robots are good, but the robot in The Rise of the Robots is probably the best actor of all times. And as a matter of fact, this film has changed the genre of filmmaking. It is closed now. You must move on to another art form after this film, The Rise of the Robots. That is how amazing this robot is as an actor. It's quite fascinating on so many levels. The robot gives us a motion of taking over the world of Earth, because humans cannot control the technology, so the nanobots must come down and control the humans. And the depth of acting is just amazing by the robot. The robot was able to do many characters in The Rise of the Robots. Many do not know that, but it is amazing. The Rise of the Robots, you should check out this film. It is amazing, and just for the robot by itself. So that is my top 12 robots from science fiction history. And I should know, because I am a European film critic. I know how to critique things, and I will tell you without a doubt, the robot from The Rise of the Robots is the most influential robot of all time in science fiction. If you have not seen this film and you call yourself a science fiction person, then you are wrong until you see this film, The Rise of the Robots. That is my list. I am the European film critic, and it does compute.